Welcome to the first service at Mortimer Baptist Church. We're looking in our series of where in the Bible we're looking at the hill country. Now, most of us are from Texas, or at least we live here now if we weren't born here. And we say the hill country in referring to that west of Jerusalem. We also think of our own hill country here in Texas. So let us begin with our passage today that refers to the hill country not of Texas, but to the hill country that is indeed west of Jerusalem. In Luke chapter 1, there in verse 39. Now at this time Mary arose and went in a hurry to the hill country, to a city of Judah. Now the hill country in ancient Israel was part of four regions if you work from west to east. If you get your Bible Atlas or look it up online, you can see that these four major regions in Israel, working west to east, beginning with the Mediterranean Sea, you will see the Mediterranean coastal plain, the hill country, the Jordan Valley, which is the valley in which the Jordan River would be. That's very logical. And then the fourth area on the other side, the eastern side of the Great Rift, the Jordan River Valley, you will find the Transjordan Plateau. And Transjordan just means across the Jordan. So with these four regions, beginning with the coastal plain, then with the hill country, then you have the Jordan Valley, then the Transjordan Plateau. The hill country is much easier to understand for Israel than it is in Texas. Texas has many more than four regions, at least to start with. Even if we try to simplify our geographical regions, they get very complicated after a while, even the different types of soil and all of the different aspects that we learn in Texas geography. So, in many ways, the geography of Israel is easier to learn than the geography of Texas from a certain perspective. But the history of Israel in the Bible is harder to learn than the history of Texas because definitely more years are involved and more aspects and more concepts are involved. But it does help us to compare the hill country of Texas with the hill country west of Jerusalem for many reasons. It is easier for us to learn something new if we compare it to something that we already know. The hill country of Texas, west of Austin, much as the hill country of Judah, is west of Jerusalem. Now, it is an elevated part. It's part of the Edwards Plateau, and the elevations are higher there, thus it is called the hill country. My favorite would be Enchanted Rock. Also, the food we remember from this part, because so many people came and from so many different countries into the hill country of Texas. You have the German and Spanish and many other groups. So you can go to a great Mexican restaurant that has tacos and burritos and strudel. You also can go to Naglin's Bakery in New Brunswick, the oldest bakery in Texas, by the way, and you can get wonderful pumpernickel and pfeffernusse, which is really good this time of year, strudel, and they also make tortillas at a German bakery. We can live together and we can all learn from each other. The region also has some wonderful from other groups, kielbasa, gefilte fish, latkes, Wiener Schnitzel, some of the strongest and best coffee, and some of the best barbecue in the world. Now, Elizabeth and Zacharias lived in the hill country of Judah. It would not surprise me that they probably thought they had some of the best kosher food available at that time. The hill country in Israel runs north and south. So there is a hill country of Judah, referred to here. There was also a hill country of Israel, and even hill countries that were described with very specific tribes of the 12. And next we'll get to verse 40 and learn some very interesting things in part 2 of today's Bible study, and that is next.